by the dint of internal potency. Kaivalye, in pure eternal knowledge and bliss. Sthitaha, placed. Atmani, own self. Translation and purport given by Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. You are the original personality of Godhead who expands himself all over the creation and is transcendental to material energy. You have cast away the effects of material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. Please repeat the translation. You are the original personality of Godhead who expands himself all over the Ashwadhama released the Brahmastra. Continuing to the prayers, this is the second verse. Arjuna is telling, Tvam Adya Purusha Sakshat. Tvam Adya. Adya means you are the original personality of Godhead and you can enjoy. Sakshat means directly. Ishvaraha, the supreme controller. You are directly the supreme controller. Prakriti Param means you are above this material nature. You are above this material creation. Maya Yudasya Sikchaktya means he has got internal potency which is transcendental to this material, this thing. And this is cast away, this internal personality of Lord cast away this ignorance. And Lord is always situated in Kaivalye, Sthita Atmani, in the pure eternal knowledge and bliss. Actually, all of you have an experience to going to an hospital, right? Normally we'll visit an hospital to see somebody and we'll ask, how are you? Something like that. Normally, when we went to hospital like that, the patient, normally, if he's in ICU, he'll be in the oxygen. One pipe is supplied to his nose and he'll be breathing with the help of that pipe. And if the patients are in little more dangerous condition, another pipe is connected to his outlets. Then outlets is collected to that pipe. And he'll be injected with blood and he'll be injected with saline. And when you went and visited him, normally we'll ask him, how are you? What he says? I am fine. See, even though he's suffering so much, one pipe is there to breathe, one pipe is there for his outlets, one is saline is injected, blood is injected, he's fully suffering because he's conditioned for that suffering. He doesn't know, he doesn't recognize that suffering, and he thinks that, yeah, I'm fine. The living entity condition in this material world is also same. Even though we are suffering each and every day, each and every moment, because we are conditioned to this existence, that's why we don't recognize. We recognize only when we get some disease. We'll recognize for some time. Then afterwards again we'll forget and we'll continue with this life. According to Bhagavad Gita, if you want to raise your hand, you desire that I want to raise my hand. That also you don't have any authority. You don't raise your hand. Bhagavad Gita says the three modes of material nature is raising the hand. The living entity is only desiring, that's all. Living entity desiring, I want to raise my hand. And three modes of material nature, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, they are helping him in raising the hand. You may ask, what is this? I am thinking my hand with my will I am raising. Suppose you are thinking suddenly you met an accident, you are paralyzed. You are thinking the same desire is there, I want to raise my hand, but you are unable to raise. What is the difference? See, when you are healthy, you are thinking you want to raise, yes, you raised. But when you deceased, some paralyzed, something like that. You have the same desire, same thinking, same everything is there, but you are unable to raise the hand. Because according to your karma, all these things, three modes of material nature is not allowing you to do that action. Only living entity can desire, that's all. Remaining all actions will be performed by the three modes of material nature. Foolishly, we think that I am doing that. This is my knowledge. I have invented that. Like that. See, in this material world, so many people invented so many things. E is equal to mc square. Who is invented? Einstein. Yes, very good. But E is equal to mc square is not there. That formula is not working before Einstein invented. In the nature, it's working or not? It's working. But he has taken the credit, that's all. But according to Lord's will, each and every formulas which is invented by many other scientists, everybody, even by us, it is existing before us, before the great personalities, that existing and it's working by the Lord's will. And if you think, the entire body whom we are in is made up of 5 elements. What is that? Earth, water, air, ether, fire. Panchabhutas. And settled body is made up of mind, intelligence and false ego. And this entire creation, these elements will be there. We think I am this body which is made out of this earth, water, air, ether, all these things. And will come under the control of these three modes, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, and will act accordingly. If you want to know one person who is in sattva guna, how do you know? This person is sattva guna, this person is in rajo guna, this person is tamo guna. How will know? We'll know according to his behavior. Suppose that person is fully knowledge, all his senses are full knowledge, means he's in sattva guna. Full knowledge means what? The person, he doesn't desire anything. Seeing Lord Krishna, apart from seeing this thing, he don't want to see anything else. Because knowledge means the sense should have knowledge. I want to see only Krishna's form, Krishna related these things only. I don't want to see anything else. This is the knowledge for the eyes. What is the knowledge for the ears? I want to hear about Krishna only. I don't want to hear about Gramya Kada. What's happening in cricket match? That hero's movie is released or not? What is the status about that movie? Something like that. Nowadays, at least in our days only, that movies hit or flop. That two things used to be there. Now I think they'll vote something like that. Something and all is there, no? Many people give their how the movie, whether this thing happened, something like that. So many varieties is there. That and all is useless. And for the senses, for ears especially, I want to hear only about the Krishna Katha. That is the knowledge of the ears. For the tongue, I want to taste only Krishna Prasadam. I don't want to taste anything else. That is the knowledge for the tongue. Like that, for the skin, I want to touch only the devotees and Lord paraphernalia. And I just want to pay obeisances to the Lord. That is the knowledge for the skin. Then, for the progeny sense, I want to beget children and make them Krishna consciousness. That is the knowledge for the progeny sense. Okay? In this way, if the persons, all the senses are enlightened with knowledge, means he is in sattva guna. Then the person is so much attachment. I want to do more, so much passion, endeavor. He endeavors more for working hard. Like that, if anybody is there for gain, material name, fame, all these things, that person is in passion. A person who doesn't care for anything, very lazy, you don't want to do any work, you want to simply sleep, madness, all these things, if present in one person, means that person is in ignorance. So, with this, all these things, the material nature and the three modes are controlling us, and we are getting controlled. Like many of you, I think, know puppet show, no, right? Puppet show. They'll hold two sticks and they'll move two sticks accordingly. The puppets move their hands, they'll open their mouths, all these things and all. Before even cinemas and all comes, they used to make a puppets of Ramana, Rama, and many shows they used to create, like Ramayana they used to enact, Mahabharata they used to enact, Bhagavatam, some stories they used to enact with these puppet shows. The entire control will be there, puppet, that person who is moving these sticks. We are also puppets in the three modes, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, we are also puppets like that. I said, no, I want to raise my hand. Who is raising? Three modes are raising. Means I am also puppet in their hand. Like that, one is behaving like that. So, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, come out of this and situate in my devotional service. Come to this. Like that, Krishna is telling. See, material nature means we understood that it includes all these five elements, three settled elements, all these things. Apart from this, material nature means one who want to work for his sense gratification. That is also called material life. One who works for Krishna consciousness, for Krishna service, that is spiritual life. One who works for his sense gratification, material life, and one who works for Krishna service is a spiritual life. Then forgetfulness of Krishna is also material nature. So all this put together, one should come out of all these things and work. If you want to come out of this nature, what one should do? What one should do? If one has to come out of from this material nature, material bodily consciousness, it is said in the Shastras that one should touch the lotus feet of the Guru, a spiritual master who is enlightened spiritually. Just by touching the lotus feet of Guru, one will come out from this material nature or material consciousness, whatever you think. See, one may think, just by touching, how it will happen? If one touches the lotus feet of the spiritual master, Krishna consciousness be achieved. And after touching, and he should give up false prestige and unnecessary puffed up positions in the material world. And normally everybody is puffed up. I am that much knowledge I have got. These many assets I have got. I have got stinking rich. I have born with a golden spoon. Like that we think, no? If you think again I want to touch. Normally everybody approaches Guru for material profits, material benefits. I'll approach a spiritual master, I'll touch his lotus feet and he'll bless me. So 1 crore rupees with me, he'll become double. It'll become 2 crores. That I'll go and touch the spiritual master's lotus feet, he'll bless me, then so much wealth will come, so much knowledge will come, so much beauty will come. Like that we think, no? Giving up all these things, false prestige and unnecessary puppet of positions, Shishi Radha Govindiki, Shishi Nita Gauranki. All these puppet of positions, one should give it up and touch the lotus feet of the Guru. And who said this one? I am not telling. This is said by Prahlada Maharaja. Prahlada Maharaj says, Naisham matistavad gurukramangrim Spursha antapagno yadartaha mahiyesham padarajobhishekam nishkinchinanam navrinita yava. The translation is, one cannot come to presence of Krishna consciousness unless he touches the dust of the lotus feet of a person who has become Mahatma or a great devotee. This is the beginning of the surrendering process. See, This is the beginning of surrendering process. Touching the lotus feet of the Guru is the beginning of the surrendering process. So, in all the scriptures, it is told that one should touch the lotus feet of the Guru and get the blessings. What kind of blessing? To progress in Krishna consciousness. To progress in Krishna consciousness, so that after leaving this body, no need to accept another temporary body. We'll accept such a body that we no need to change. What is that body? That is spiritual body, which is made of Satchidananda. Satchidananda Swarupa, I'll accept after giving up this body. With that intention, if you touch the feet of the spiritual master, the spiritual master also will bless him, then he'll progress slowly, slowly. Then after touching the lotus feet of, this is not the end. After touching the lotus feet of the Guru, that is not the end. That is only starting. Prahlad Maharaj also is telling it is just starting. Then what one should do? By sincerely rendering service to a bona fide spiritual master, one begins his spiritual life in Krishna consciousness. Touching is just beginning, just starting. Then actual spiritual life starts by doing service and asking questions. Pariprashna is there no in Bhagavad Gita? By asking questions to spiritual master, inquiring from him and rendering service. See, many people want to ask so many questions. I want to ask this, I want to ask that. When it comes to service, no, I'm fine. No, service means no. But asking question means so many. How the creation comes, how Krishna created this material world, how much entire width is there, what is the size of universe. We have so many questions. When service means no. Questions means yes. No. First render service, then ask questions submissively. Not with the motive of challenging. One should not ask a question with the mood of challenging or motive of challenging. One should ask a question with submissiveness. So, the transcendental knowledge will sprout in your heart. The transcendental knowledge will sprout in your heart. It is told in the scriptures that when you first come in touch with the spiritual master, he'll put one bija, transcendental bija in your heart. That by following the instructions of spiritual master, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all these things are like watering that seed. That seed will sprout, slowly it will become a creeper, slowly it will become a small plant, then it will become a tree. Till that we should safeguard. Safeguard comes mainly with the service. See, one should work like, if at all I have to use this word, one should work like a donkey to spiritual service, not for material service, I'm telling. How donkey works? Donkey works so hard. A washerman puts all his clothes on the donkey. On the top of that clothes he sits. Then with one stick, he'll tie little grass and he keeps in front of the donkey. Donkey thinks that grass is for me to eat. Is just a step away, the grass is there. It runs. Because it's holded on a stick, and grass also goes, friends. She's also with the endeavor. She also runs like that. One should not work like this for material profits, material these things and all. In the spiritual life, one should work like this. To know more about myself, to serve the mission of the Srila Prabhupada. For this one should work very hard. Not that, so I work very hard, I'll get a 6 digits or 7 digits salary so that I'll purchase one apartment. Then later, I'll purchase this thing, that thing, like that, so many things. Actually, long back, one potter is there. You know potter means one who makes the pots. A potter, with so much endeavor, he got so much mud, a fine mud, a clay. Then he started making pots. Then after making the pot, what he'll do? He'll sell. And he has taken all the pots to the market and he kept one on the above like that. He arranged in a fashion. Then He just sat in front of the pots to sell. Just because he got tired, then while sleeping, he went into a sleep. He started dreaming that, see, I made 10 pots now. I'll sell each one pot into 10 rupees. Then I'll make 100 rupees. Those days, 100 rupees is a huge amount. Then with that, again, I'll purchase mud. Then I'll make 1,000 pots. Again, that 1,000 pots I'll sell again for 10 rupees. 1,000 into 10 is how much? 10,000 rupees I'll make. Again, I'll purchase mud. Like that, 1 lakh I'll make. Then I'll build nice bungalow. Then 1 lakh into I'll make 1 crore, all these things. Then he is imagining, he's dreaming nicely. In the dream, his servant is serving something that he didn't like. What is this you served? He kicked his servant. In the dream, what he did, he kicked the pot. Then all pots fell down and it broke. All the pots fell down. His dream also, he came out of the dream. When he came out of the dream and he saw, all the pots got broken. See, material endeavor is like that. Dreaming about material life, all these things is just like that. With just like this, everything will vanish. Many people think that I'll accumulate crores and crores, 1,000 crores, 10,000 crores, 1 lakh crores for entire my 10th generation. They can aram se sit and eat. Then who knows? Next to next generation, they'll do one mistake. All 1 lakh crores will vanish. They'll become again roadside. They'll come. That's all. See, like that. You may make 1 lakh crores by your endeavor for your generations. For next to next generation, they'll make 1 or 2 mistakes. Entire thing will be taken away. That's all. Just like that. Many examples are there, no? I don't want to quote direct names, but such and such one person, he created big empire in the software boom. Then he did one mistake. He lost so much of wealth. So much of wealth he lost. That's all. One mistake. Not his sons, his grandsons. He only did one mistake. So much of wealth lost. See? Like that. We may think that I have accumulated so much. But if you don't become Krishna consciousness, if you don't give value for the facilities what you have, Krishna will take it back. Either or thither. He'll take it back, entire thing. The facilities what Krishna is giving to you to enjoy all these things, that we should use it in Krishna consciousness way and we should progress in Krishna consciousness life. If you are not doing that, Krishna will take it back, entire these things, and again will become material people, and again we have to suffer everything. Like this, so many examples are there. When one of the Srila Prabhupada's disciple, I think I have told this story once, but I again tell. One of the Srila Prabhupada's disciple, early disciples, became Krishna consciousness devotee, and he has taken Diksha. He did nice service when Srila Prabhupada is there. When after Srila Prabhupada left this material world, then because of some issues, all these things, he also left the temple. Then after leaving the temple, what is the biggest difficulty for us? We don't get prasadam to eat. In temple, nicely we are getting prasadam, we are eating nicely, sumptuously and filling our belly. But when you go outside, the first difficulty is prasadam. 1 or 2 days you can manage, but third day, we have to eat bhoga. If you are eating bhoga, it will become very difficult to chant. If you don't send Krishna inside, Krishna Nama will not come out. You have to chant means you should send Krishna inside. Krishna inside we are sending to Prasad. Then we don't chant. 16 rounds will become 8 rounds, like that. He came to 0 rounds. Then as soon as he came to 0 rounds, again he started cultivating his bad habits. Whatever is there, he started cultivating. And again he started his sinful activities, all these things. Then he became a material person. Our life also will become just like him if you don't give value. But his case is different, because Srila Prabhupada showed his mercy. At the end of his life, he just got up from his bed and he said, Srila Prabhupada, you came, and he passed it. Of course, Srila Prabhupada with special mercy, he has taken him. But our case is not like that. Please remember, our case is not like that Prabhu's case. Prabhupada will come personally and he'll take. In his case, that is Kripa Siddhi is working. Prabhupada's special mercy is worked. In our case, it's not like that. That's why if you don't give value for prasadam, if you don't give value for Krishna's service, one by one after one will be taken away. So we should be very careful in these things and all. We should come out of this material nature. That was in the first Prabhupada is telling. One who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord can get release from the clutches of nescience. If you surrender fully and give value for all these things and all, this very easily will come out from this material nature. And if you don't give value, if you don't surrender fully, and again our material life may start. That is the danger. And Prabhupada is telling very nicely, if you are in sunshine, no need to fear about darkness. If you are sunshine, no need to fear about darkness. Right? If you are always in sunshine, suppose you think that now you are in India, 12 o'clock you have taken flight and went to some other country, there also sunshine is there. And after some time again you take flight and go to some other country, there also sunshine is there. You will see darkness? No. When you are thinking always about Krishna, we don't see material nature effect, Maya's effect on us. How always think about Krishna? Very difficult, no? Especially in the sleep, how do you think about Krishna? Okay, daytime somehow with the endeavor, all these things, I'll think about Krishna. During the sleep, how to think about Krishna? How to think? During the sleep, yes, it's difficult. That's why before sleeping you think about Krishna, and after getting up you think about Krishna. Then it is equivalent to thinking during the sleep also. It is told by other acharyas. Before sleeping also you think about Krishna, after getting up also think about Krishna. It will fulfill. In this way we can remember Krishna 24 hours a day. Whenever you are doing something, when you are drinking water, think Rasoham Apsu Kaunteya. The taste of water is Krishna. You are walking, means the energy is given by Krishna. You can think like that. You are eating prasadam. The taste is so nice because Krishna is eaten first. Like that you can think about Krishna. You are reading something. This knowledge, even though this is material knowledge, every knowledge came from Krishna only. Like that you can think about Krishna. In all your activities, entirely, if you think like this, there is no fear about Maya. The simple way to think about Krishna is chant Hare Krishna. Always, whatever you are doing, walking, sleeping, whatever you are doing, chant Hare Krishna simply. That fulfills our desire or whatever it may be. Okay? I think time up. I'll stop here. If anybody has got one or two questions, I'll try to answer. Any questions? Okay. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Prem.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణ వాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 91331077